There we go. So, yeah, good afternoon. I know today would normally be like a update style video, but yeah, just I was reading the news to start like roughly scripting it and stuff, and the world's just a pretty pretty nasty place at the moment, and I'm not doing so hot today. So I thought that instead I would just enjoy chilling out with a lovely romantic JD and Coke and play myself a little, what's it called? The Cobolds. So let's dive in, shall we? So I'm going to turn the volume down on the music. Just because feels like I can. Music's on. Do you know what I mean? It sort of gets into my brain. So there we go. Even that's still a little bit hot, isn't it? Okay. Here we go.
What is this I am smelling? Leather, steel, torches, adventurers! Adventurers!
Do I want to do, or do I want to do a Tombs of Terror?
Madness! Rafam has unleashed the plague
Let's stick with it. That's why I put the
and
title.
only we can stop him. Explorers to me!
Okay. Right, who are we going to play as today? Let's play as Rogue. I think considering like all the healing options and stuff that there are in Dungeon Realm,
versus a wee
getting weapons is pretty sustainable.
Watch your back.
Ooh, feeding time?
So if you haven't played this mode before, first game you land a deck for the class, and then I'm getting a bit of drop on my stream, it looks like. I hope that fixes itself. But you start with this sort of standard deck, and then every time you win a game you get a choice to pick a selection of cards, which are coming like 3 cards at a time. You might not want all of them, but you've got to pick.
You want to buy a funnel cake?
3 cards. They're like booster packs, say. And then so you expand your deck as you win each game. But it's fun. This is really the mode that got me back into playing this game. And once they got this mode, this was when I started playing every day at lunchtime at work. Because I would just, do one of these at lunchtime. It was fun. And then eventually so much that I won it with every class, and not necessarily because I'm very good, but just because I win again and again. Okay. Right, so that's combo, so we can set it off by doing that.
This guy's tough.
Ooh. Hey, Mazenko. I'm okay, thank you. How are you? Good, I hope. Oh, right, yeah, so between choosing the booster packs, you also get to choose treasures. What am I going to pick? I think that's a good one, because when you've got it, you know you've got it, you can start picking up really big minions. Say, for instance, Cthulhu. I'm going to go with Cthulhu. It's a nail, because you really have to get a lot of Cthulhu cards, but I think we're going to do okay.
Valera versus Candlebeer.
Watch your back.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking me. It's a tricky time, isn't it? It's hard not to feel a little low, but I think all things considered, I am pretty good.
Job's done.
And the reason I didn't summon a minion there is that you get the best out of him when you can copy another minion's death rattle. So considering I had other stuff I could do, and I'm going to win this one because they're pretty easy in the early game, I'll activate it later. See, now I can do that and set off the same combo that I did before, and we got a little winner.
Here we go.
You can see these first couple of games really go down quite easily, so that you can start to build your deck. Okay. See, this is the problem. Is now we've gone with Cthulhu. You really have to have a lot of Cthulhu themed minions to do well, but unfortunately we didn't pull any this time. So we're going to have to pick something a bit more tactically. A Shadow Step means you can pull a minion back to your hand, and it's cheaper, so it's good for battle cry minions because you get to again and again. It would be good, say, for Beckoner of Evil, and when we start to pick up more, Cthulhu minions, if hopefully, yes, the Grave Vest. It's not the same one though. I've got to say, yeah, I thought so too, Matenko. That's what I've gone with, but it's not the same Grave Vest. I promise. I'm like a cartoon character in the sense that, like, you open my wardrobe and there's like 5 of each vest. Because in the summer, especially when I'm just around the house, this is just kind of all I wear.
Watch your back.
Halt! I claim these treasures for the light.
I think that's a pretty good opening hand. We could back sneeze to summon the Pit Snake first. And then maybe, who knows, we'll have a Shadow Step by the time we play the Beckoner of Evil. Beautiful. How are you? Okay. And look at that, we got a Shadow Step for the Beckoner. And because it costs 2 less, we could basically Beckoner of Evil twice as soon as we've got a chance. Which I'm going to do now, because he hasn't summoned anything for me to take down yet, so...
Are you my master?
That was a mistake.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Bringing back anything that's harmed and having it cheaper. That's a very good point.
This way. Here we go.
Okay.
Mind if I roll need?
Oh, that JD's tasting. Oh, we've got another Shadow Step. I'll tell you what, I'm going to play that because
This way.
then next turn when I can summon Cthulhu, we're going to... I think we're going to win, right? Basically. Nearly.
Are you
Almost.
my
Probably.
master?
Summon him as well, just in
Here we
case.
go.
So we've got plenty of damage on board. I'm getting a really, really sketchy bitrate on my stream. I hope that I've got a lot. I don't know what that means specifically, but I'm hoping it's still coming through somewhat clearly to you guys, because it looks unhealthy from my side.
This way.
Know much like about the tech of streaming, right? Even at work, like, I don't know much about the tech of the cameras. I'm more of like just a doer rather than a theory type, right? But in terms of streaming, I really should make sure that I'm a little bit more rehearsed on my tech. Ah, okay. Yeah, this little YouTube dashboard here is telling me sometimes that it's dropping, and I'm not sure what I can do about that. Maybe my internet's just a little bit...
Legendary
Oh
sword
no!
busting in half. Not my fault.
I meant to just click back into the window. I didn't want that. What are my other options? I still have time to see. Oh, they weren't... That was a really bad treasure pull anyway, but... Oh, well, at least we got some Cthulhu. I didn't want Kaldar. I've never... Apparently, if you can get both parts of it, then it makes a better item, but... Hey, Kevin, how are you? Good, I hope. Okay, Brimstone Warden is a pretty fun one to do. I'll show you why when we get in there. I'll show you for why.
Valera versus the Brimstone Wardens.
Watch your back.
Begone. There is nothing here for you.
Right, although that's a big card to keep in my opening hand, I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm glad to hear it, Kevin. And I wish I hadn't got something else that big. Right, so the reason I think this one is fun is that those can't... And when you destroy them, he loses a mana crystal. Now, when he gets to 5 mana, he can silence all of his minions so that they can attack. So what you need to do is take them out at a rate that keeps him below 5 mana so that he can't make them able to attack you. Does that make sense? So it's like quite, you know, quite a risky game. But fun. See, my weapon's a bit useless because I'm not going to be
Here we go.
attacking them, be able to attack them twice.
You shall not pass.
Oof. Okay, so this is... I might lose this game. Already projecting ahead. Yeah, I'm using OBS. And I have the stream bitrate set to the recommended settings. Right.
Here we go.
Job's done.
I'm going to lose this. I don't have enough turns now to keep him below, I don't think. This is going to be really bad. Do I need to save the weapon to be able to kill one of his... Oh. Okay. Let's plunk you down. No. Is the bit where I'm actually got internet upload speed. I just put... I'd need to double check my internet upload speed. It's been a bit funny since we moved, but I just assigned it to what YouTube was recommending, which was like 4,500 or something like that. Matenko, you're right as well. I think that should save me. I was worried that maybe he would get to 5 mana first. In my head, I couldn't do the maths of how the turns were working, but that should hopefully be our saving grace. Oh, and I can use that on one of them and attack it with him as well.
Here we go.
So it should be fine. I'll take that down. Use that on one of them.
It's coming.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Because that's going to add so much damage to Cthulhu. Okay, this is turning around, isn't it? It's turning around.
Prolong the inevitable.
At least 6 for 4,500. Okay, I'll double check that then. I think it's decent, right? Like the upload. I really don't know though, but oh, I could bring that back and use him again next turn, right? Oh, and then that Cthulhu is just going to be a beast. Thank you, Kevin. You're a sweetheart. I'll double check that on the next stream. Seems to be healthy more often than it's not at the moment. So I'll stick with it for now. I don't think there's any need for me because I think I need to go offline to check the stream or to change anything about it. Oh no, I don't. I've dipped it a bit. I don't really know the maths on it, so we'll see how that works out.
My will is stone. Was a mistake.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. I'll get in touch. Because before I've never really had any issues with it, I don't think. It's all seemed to have just gone fine and smoothly. So I've never really been challenged to make sure that all my settings were at the ideal, you know. What do we think? Is now the time to summon Cthulhu?
Here we go.
Ah, there we go. Does that add up to more than he's got on the... Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's going to kill him, right? Boom. We done it. I know I said at the beginning of the stream I didn't feel too hot today, but I think that just talking and just chatting away is keeping me distracted, right? I'm glad I did this, really. Yeah, we'll go for another Cult of Cthulhu. Beautiful. It goes especially well with the treasure we picked up in the beginning because obviously he only costs 5 where it normally costs 10. Turn a friendly one into your hand. Or she's got like a quest card or something called Crystal Caverns. So, and the requirements of the quest are like, you need to summon the same minion 5 times or something, so that's why she keeps taking it back to her hand. Yes, distraction. Keep the brain busy. But I was just, you know, I like writing my little idiots guides and stuff, but it means I have to spend a lot of time with my brain in the news, which I know is important, but also like, oh, everything's just sucks right now, doesn't it? It really sucks. Sometimes you just want to have a fat pint of JD and Coke and play a nice chilled out game. There it is, the caverns below. What did I call it? Crystal Caverns. Ugh.
Are you my master?
Get out there, Beckonary of Evil. That's a fierce look.
I hope you like my invention.
Yeah, she looks great. Okay, let's get you out there. Boom.
This way.
Boom.
Listen closely.
Ash to ash.
See, so now this is going to put 2 minions with the same name in her hand, so then she can summon them a lot. But do I drop him? No. What I'm going to do is attack myself.
This way.
I'd rather have him on the board still because his effect is concurrent.
Are you my master?
It's coming.
Boom. Get him.
Listen closely.
We love a cavern. Especially a crystal cavern. Hashtag robbed. What we got going on here? Right, I'm going to pull the same as last time. Get them down to 2 health so I can chuck these guys into them. Keep that on the field. Summon you, fresh weapon, and boom. Get him.
Listen closely.
Okay, so we can get a nice combo, or we could return our minion. Don't want her to get her minions back again. I'll tell you what then, I know there's not a death rattle to make the most of, but I'm going to...
This guy's toast.
That.
Here we go.
It's coming.
Here we go. Boom, boom. So what's everybody up to today? What have you got planned for the evening? What are you going to be doing? I'm apparently the SpaceX launch is going to be visible above the UK tonight, about like half an hour after launch time or something. It got rescheduled because of weather. It was going to be happening earlier, but then it's been rescheduled to tonight. But apparently due to weather, there's still only a 50-50 chance it's going to take off. But like a manned space shuttle launching would just be such a cool thing to see in the sky, right? Like, I can't wait. I really hope that it comes through. It would be really, really cool.
It's coming. Hey, lights out.
How's she doing in this summoning?
Here
I think we're
we
gonna...
go.
Sometimes this one's really difficult. But it seems to be going pretty easily today.
Listen closely. Deal with
Oh,
it.
studying? What are you studying for? Oh, right. So what time is it there, Kevin? Is it quite late at night?
Deal with them.
Or are you just a good sleeper? And what did you stream earlier? Oh, why did I do that? Should have given it to a minion that can actually attack this turn. Never mind.
It's coming.
Oh, that's cool. I always kind of sucked at maths. But I studied really hard, so I got the grade I needed at the level I needed. But I didn't do it to a very advanced level. Me too, Kevin. I have been a terrible sleeper all the way through this. It just feels like I've got later and later. Although some nights I get away before midnight, so...
Never give them a target.
Hey, Ken.
Here we go.
There we go. Bit of that, bit of that. Then let our little old trout. Boom. Boom. Ben brought me some Smarties up just before I started streaming, and I wish I hadn't eaten them all at once. Ooh, okay. So having a passive of spell damage +3 is really good because all of Rogue's spells are quite cheap. So that means you're getting a lot of damage for very little, but spells costing 1 less, that's pretty good as well, but this deck isn't particularly dependent on spells, so I'm not sure that that's very useful, nor is it dependent on weapons. I think at this point the best we're probably going to get out of these 3 treasures is the spell damage, so I'm going to pick that. Okay. I guess I'm just going to pick the Cult of Cthulhu again. It's got a 9-cost minion, which I'll be able to summon for 5 because of the treasure I've got. 2 more Beckoners of Evil, which are good stats for their cost anyway. I would pick this, but I think rather than having to use Gang Up to put them in the deck, it's probably better that I just have more Cthulhu minions. You know. Oh, Matenko, so relatable. I've only got that late a few times. Mostly I tend to get away at the very least around like, you know, 1, 2. I have a bad habit of like putting some headphones on and playing rounds of Hearthstone after I've gone to bed, and then time just really gets away. Never watched a YouTube stream. I've watched a couple. Some of my favourite YouTubers like ContraPoints and stuff, they do their live streams here, which I guess is because then they're easier to connect to your YouTube channel. So if you have a YouTube channel, I guess it makes sense to do it here. I'm doing it here because this counts as today's daily lockdown video. Because I just wasn't in the mood to script and edit. I'm not in the right headspace for that today. Oh, so, oh, right, so if you haven't heard of this game before, this is like a little side, like a mini game within the game. This isn't how the regular game is played. Normally it's played, again, like a direct card game. This is like a single player version of it. That's like a roguelike type thing that's like adapted for it. It's really fun. There's lots of ways to play this game for free by yourself and get a lot out of it. Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics. I was considering re-downloading that. I'd played the DS one and the Game Boy Advance one on my phone on an emulator. Oh, should I say that on stream? I don't know. But I've played them to death. But yes, I'm a big fan of Natalie. I only discovered her really recently, actually. Like within the time I've been doing these videos. Which I guess isn't super recently anymore, because now this will be video 67, I think. So that's like, what, 2 months? Over 2 months now. God. By the time I'm out of this, I'm gonna already have 100 videos on my YouTube channel. I've been doing them every day. Anyway, yeah, this guy basically all battle cries and all death rattles triggered twice. But that counts for me as well. So for me, it could actually be a really good help because it's going to mean that I'm buffing my Cthulhu quicker, and also Cthulhu will, when I can summon him, activate his ability twice, which means he's going to crap out massive damage.
Voodoo Master Vex! Me do voodoo too!
What?
Yeah, the job system in Final Fantasy Tactics is amazing. I love those kind of like party micromanaging type RPGs, which is why I was I wanted to buy Final Fantasy 12 for the Switch, but I'd seen it at £20, and that's about what it costs on every other platform. And then the Switch had a sale where it was like only 20 quid, and I was like, oh, that would be so cool. But by the time I actually had decided to go and buy it, it was back up to £44, and like, I can't really justify spending £44 on it. Not when there are other things that I want. I mean, my birthday's coming up, but I think as much as I would love to get Final Fantasy 12 for my birthday, like there's other things I should probably get instead. Like, you know, maybe my own lighting because I'm using a friend's at the moment, or my own capture card. I would really love that.
Are you my master?
But yeah. Yeah, I think she's quite. I really like her approach to
My master.
making these videos about these kinds of topics, but keeping them approachable to people that they're about. So, I like her videos about the alt-right and, you know, stuff like that. I think that kind of impartiality seems to have caught her a lot of flack in a lot of communities. I know that she's had to quit Twitter over negativity, which is a shame. Here we go. Let's do this actually.
Do you hear its
This
call? Listen closely.
Oh, my birthday is the 5th of July. So we don't really have any plans to do anything for it yet, but by then I think I'll probably be allowed like maybe a social distancing garden party, maybe. But I've already suggested to my friends that for
This way.
when we're out of lockdown, I should have attacked him with that first before I knew it was going to die.
Are you my master?
We have a lot of birthdays in my friendship group that have happened within lockdown or are about to happen just outside of lockdown, like August. So what we're going to do in around late July is have a 7-way birthday party because it will be 7 birthdays within our 10-person group that we would have missed by then. Oh, Matenko! So close.
Are you my master? Here we go.
Well met.
Yeah, I get that, Ken.
This way.
I imagine as well it
This
made
way.
you, being at that stage probably made you more receptive to that kind of thing as well, right? Which is lucky. Oh, well, happy birthday, Ken. Happy birthday, Ken.
This way. Here we go.
What we do.
How do you celebrate your birthday, Ken? Sorry. Is it back now? It's being really weird. Okay, it's in the green now. I don't want to speak too soon. It looks like it's pretty green at the moment. Okay, well, I'm gonna do what I can do this turn, which is play you.
Everyone's so screaming.
I don't know whether it's my CPU or my internet, and I wouldn't know how to check. But I can see in OBS that the
My pack will hunt you down.
kilobytes a second is dropping. Yeah, I believe so, Ken. As in, like, getting it by the TV line, yeah. Boom. But it's been, in some parts of the house, it's a bit funny. It's been a strange kind of time since we moved here, just recently. But I've streamed since we've been here recently, and it hasn't given me too much hassle. It's a funny one. I shall have to find out what my optimum settings are for this house once I'm done with today's little sesh. Okay, so this is a hard one to call. I don't want those in my deck. I don't think those are any use to my deck. So I'm tempted to say these, just because that's always a good removal tool, and these are just good for pulling out more cards, maybe into a Cthulhu quicker. So I guess I'll go with that, I think. Oh, this one can get bad quick. Okay, so my I did a little browser check real quick, and it says that my upload is 8.9.
Watch your back.
I am streaming on Wi-Fi at the moment, yeah, so that could probably maybe be a part of the issue. But normally I just, you know, like I said in the past, it hasn't been an issue, so I haven't worried about it too much, but yeah.
Job's done.
It does also say that my download is 9.9 though, which is not what I'm paying for, let's put it that way.
Are you my master?
You gonna sleep with the fishes?
Are you this
master?
way?
See, I've rechecked, and the speed test has told me that my download is 27 and my upload is 11. See, I changed the bitrate. It turns out I could change the bitrate midstream, so I have brought that down because Kevin said that I would need a higher bitrate to. Sorry, I would need a higher internet speed to stream at that bitrate.
This way.
You gonna sleep?
Is an upload of 11.7 still pretty slow? Like I don't know what it should be comparatively.
This way.
I'll do a third check and we'll see what it's closer to. But depending where I am in the house, sometimes my laptop does just drop the internet, but it hasn't really happened here in my sort of studio
This
room
way.
yet. So I was quite confident about it here.
Job's done.
Fungus among us.
Yeah, it's been a bit funny. So now I'm getting more warnings about it, but I just did another internet speed check and it's the best one yet. So fuck knows.
This way.
Buy one.
Well, I'll have to stay in touch if he's the best one to talk to.
Are you my master?
Yeah, so now my latest speed check says that my download is 28 and my upload is 13. So it's getting higher and higher. It just doesn't seem to be consistent.
This way. Here we go.
I'm pretty sure that we have fibre. But the way that fibre works in the UK, and I don't sell it, is that the fibre goes to a box out on the main road and then via the TV line after that, I think. Oh, this is a rough looking hand and field. I'm going to be taking some major damage. System. How am I going to check system? Sorry, CPU usage on a Mac. I'm going to say system preferences, CPU. No. Or would that just be in about this Mac? Oh, fuck knows. Oh, Jesus. Every time I look back, it gets worse.
This guy's toast.
Here we go.
I really, really, really need to draw Cthulhu because it would be a very good draw for me right now. Yeah, I think Matenko, you're right. I'm gonna... I don't have the hand to come back from this. I'm gonna lose, I think. even if I get Cthulhu in my next draw. Oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, I could play him twice. No, I can't play him twice.
Rats.
Okay. I'm like 1 mana off of being able to play him twice. And then that might have solved this problem, but we've lost, which means this game is over. Where's this the file usually go? Is it just monitor? So we lost, unfortunately. And when you lose in this mode, quits you. But yes, yes, thanks very much. A bit, nearly. Okay, so let's take a look at. Right, so in Activity Monitor, it says that OBS is using 238% of my CPU. It's using over 200%, and then Hearthstone is using 90%. Is that representative of my total CPU capacity? Because down at the bottom it says that CPU load is at 45%. All of this stuff is tricky to work out. So it says that I have 53%. Down at the bottom it says 53% CPU idle. And then up at the top has a column that says percentage CPU, and it says that OBS is over 200. So I'll tell you what, shall I for a day and we can talk on Discord. I will cut the stream as it is now, so I've got today's video done, and yeah, we can get in touch about stream settings and stuff afterwards, just so that I can make sure I've actually got everything in line. And this is the end of today's daily video. Hang on, I will put my Discord in the chat. Discordapp.com. Let's switch back to the camera, so then I can close Hearthstone, free up a little bit of CPU. Okay. Where is that little linky link? Okay. Thanks, guys. And thanks for putting up with all the drops and stuff like that. Okay, I look forward to that being nice and fixed. But for now, thanks for coming to today's daily video. I'm sorry that it wasn't on schedule in terms of what it should have been, which was an update video. I really was not in the right frame of mind to do one, to me and letting me just play my game and have a nice drink. Okay, so I will see you soon. Okay, bye.